I think with the craziness that goes on in the world, it's easy to understand why people would look fondly back into the past. We were children, and things most of the time from a child's perspective are simpler. I remember taking clothes out of the washer and putting them into the dryer for my mom when I was a kid. The washer and dryer were finished in a green Antigua color pattern as shown in the photos. She was very proud of those appliances. I think they were the first brand new major appliances that my parents had purchased. My dad, prior, had always kept things marginally humming along by home repairing used and secondhand appliances. Seems like a million years ago. They were still married, and they were both still alive. If you had asked me 20 years ago if I wanted a guitar with an Antigua finish, I would have most definitely said no. Now, things are different, and when I look at the finish, I'm reminded of simpler times and thoughts. I recently purchased one of the Fender Ventura 2 Antigua Stratocasters, and I still have it in my collection, which really says something. Most times, I'll turn something shortly on my reverb store after doing a video on the channel so I can put the funds back into the queue so I can do more projects. I had never thought of doing an Antigua build until I saw MJT holding an auction recently on eBay. The body was described as Alder Official MJT Custom Vintage Style Age Nitro VTS body and pickguard, finished in a custom Antigua finish. It was a very impulsive buy. It fell into the category of, I've got to have that. I paid too much for it, and for what I have installed into this guitar, I'll never get my money back if I try to sell it on Reverb, so this one's for me. First, I had two Fender-made necks that were great candidates for this project. A made-in-Mexico Fender Bullet truss rod, big headstock maple neck, which would look perfect on this body and for the most part be historically accurate in how the guitar would look. Alas, I broke the nut while filing it and did not have the correct nut in my parts bin and was impatient to complete the build. I ended up installing a Fender American Performer Stratocaster maple with rosewood fretboard neck instead. Not the most historically accurate looking other than the large headstock, and I think rosewood to me looks better on an Antigua finish guitar. The neck has modern specifications of 9.5-inch radius and 22 frets, and I finished it off by installing a set of the Fender Classic Gear tuners. Next, for the pickups and electronics, I had a simple and perfect solution for this guitar. I had a Fender Vintage American II 1973 Stratocaster loaded pickguard that would be the correct voicing for the guitar. Last, I installed a Fender F-style neckplate and a Fender Vintage Style 6-screw bridge. She plays and handles great. I would say actually she plays and handles beautifully. I love the satin feel of the neck. It's like she's broken in. With the body lightly aged by MJT, she kind of reminds me of my dad having to put a matchbook below one of the legs on the washer so it stopped going out of balance.